If it's not one thing, it's your mother.
Leo
Hey,
did.
Danny, tell your mother to turn down the TV at night. I'm trying to sleep here.
Your dang old grandma's been staying up, keeping me up. All right, here we go. Ready?
Tell your grandma to be quiet.
All right, here we go. Mid cheese.
Hey,
everybody. Alex here. Benji. I threw myself up. I'm like, oh, we're starting.
We'll start again.
Yeah.
And then the other day, my foot fell off.
Well, hey, Benji here.
Philip.
Trying a new intro. Don't mind us. We're just cheesing
We're just jamming.
and cheesing.
I gotta reach for the crackers.
We also have some wine this time instead of our normal liqueur.
We're doing things a little differently today.
We're being some fancy beans. Some, I don't know what are fancy beans. Would be cat lentils.
I'm surprised how much onion is in this every time.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm Benji.
And I'm Philip J. Fry.
We're having a hard time.
We're two beans having a hard time.
You know, we're here today to talk about dreams and growing up and you know living that American dream. You know,
Big dreaming.
yeah,
you
not
know?
sleep dreaming. Like, what do you want to do when you get older? Kind of dreams.
Mm-hmm. Sometimes you think about that in your sleep,
Yeah,
but
yeah,
yeah,
yeah.
we're talking about the more real things and the less abstract
Things that stress you out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the ups, the downs, the in betweens, the over unders.
The silly little moments when you have as a kid where you're like, I can do this. And then one day when you're older and you realize that math is really hard, you're like, nope, can't quite do this.
Can't do this the way I intended.
Yep. So yeah, we're going to do that over some fancy cheeses. Because I've been drinking the past couple of days. And today I was like, man, what other way can I do to fuck me up? And like I tell everybody every time I eat cheese ever, well, this is going to really screw me over because I am lactose intolerant.
Yeah,
I don't tolerate lactose very well.
he doesn't.
I hate it. I hate lactose, but it tastes so good.
Yeah, this
It's like
is
that asshole who always tells you funny jokes, and you're like, God, I hate you, but you're funny.
You're funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, we just had Subway like an hour ago, and I've just been loving this cheese spread.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. It's nice, you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, so we got, I don't really know the type of cheese, but it's got blueberries in it. It's really good. We have this cheese dip that is smoked Gouda, and it's got onion and looks like Parmesan.
It tastes like a burger.
Uh-huh. Yeah, yeah. Then we have an Irish Stout, an Challenger IPA cheddar, a cranberry cheese, and then there's a Havarti with looks like herbs. And then we have a wild blueberry preserve and a cranberry and orange preserve.
Mm.
And then the wines today are Cupcake Moscato d'Asti, which is a white wine. Very sweet. They're both sweet because we're kind of babies.
I don't know what I'm doing. with wine.
And then we have a Stella Rose Black.
Yeah.
So yeah, dreams, man.
Yeah.
Growing up as a kid, what was little Phil always thinking about when he was a kid?
It jumped all over the place. I thought about a lot of different things, but I guess probably the earliest thing that I can remember being like, yeah, I want to do that, was acting. I liked music and stuff, but that didn't really pick up until I was a little older.
Yeah.
Like, the earliest things was acting. I loved watching movies, like, as I've talked about a million times, I loved Bill and Ted. That was so good. I was really into, like, James Bond. Weird things like Ace Ventura.
Who didn't love Ace Ventura?
I like anything Jim Carrey related when I was a kid.
Oh yeah.
He was a huge inspiration. I was like, I want to do that.
Yeah.
And I did that a little bit. all the way up through like high school. I was originally going to go to school to do acting.
Did it for music.
Yeah.
Yeah, so, I mean, that's not one of the first ones I had, but to go in with that, I wanted to be a director.
Yeah.
I would actually film stuff. I would have army men, and I'd set up big sets. Like, when I say big sets, it was like blocks, and rocks, and socks.
You gotta rock my blocks.
And, yeah, I would, like, film that me, you know, doing nice stuff. I'd play with the army men, like, and then I always got in trouble because I'd always say frickin' or god damn it in there, because...
I mean, you're playing with army guys. And
yeah,
like,
they
hey,
have
my freaking foot fell off here.
They got a potty
Tell
mouth.
your mom to turn down the television.
Tell your mom your grandma's too loud at night. I'm trying to sleep. Goddamn John McCain keeping me up.
God, John McCain.
So yeah, that's I would do that. Or I would like build, like, I'd go outside and build really elaborate sets. Like, I would turn on the hose.
Yeah.
And then it would destroy our yard. It would I'd create like a swamp or like a scene or something, and then there'd be dinosaurs and army men and things like that. And then I'd get in trouble. Like, these frickin' dinosaurs! I'm tired of these motherfucking dinosaurs on this motherfucking plane. And they're like, you can't say frickin'.
I do miss doing things like that with like having like a bunch of toys and like setting up like a scene. You know, whether I was like filming it or anything like that. I would just like, you know, I did a lot of that similar stuff. Mine was always ended up just being destructive because at our old place we had a basement with stairs down it, and I had this little green Jeep, so I'd set up my brother's camera to just be filming the stairs, and then a Jeep would just chon. And there was one where I was playing with like a Ninja Turtle van, and you see me push it and it hits something, and Dad just goes, "Quit!" Left it in the tape. It's fine.
That's great.
Oh god.
Oh yeah. Yeah, so then that kind of leads me into with the dinosaurs. My next thing I really want to do, and kind of the earliest thing I really want to do, was be a paleontologist.
Yeah.
My mom made sure I knew the dinosaurs before I even knew my alphabet.
Mm-hmm.
So, and and then we'd always every year, one of the family, there's only 3 of us, my dad, my mom, and me, we would pick the vacation for that year. And so it was my turn. Mine was always going to... we went to Utah once to go to this dinosaur museum.
Ooh.
It was pretty cool. The museum was shut down. So you can...
Oh, that's
everybody
sad.
was like, okay. But we went to did other dinosaur things. And you're in Utah, which is kind of fun.
Yeah.
We never went to Salt Lake City, but... yeah, I always did...
Friggin' dinosaurs.
Friggin' dinosaurs. I remember I got kicked out of class once because the teacher tried telling me that a dinosaur with 3 fingers was a T-Rex. I was like, nope, T-Rexes only have 2.
Oh.
Yeah, I got in an argument. And
dropping a little truth bomb there.
And the teacher kicked me out of class. I was in kindergarten.
Oh, man.
Well, no, maybe it wasn't kindergarten. Maybe it was preschool. But either way, the teacher called my mom, like, that night and was like, your son's right. Yeah, that's one of the stories.
Did she apologize?
She didn't apologize to me.
Oh.
I don't think she apologized to my mom either, but she was like, yeah, your son's right. I kicked him out of class. I mean, I was probably being rude at that point, but she was being big dumb.
Yeah.
Can't be a teacher and be big dumb. I mean, you can.
And I mean,
don't
like, I get, like,
if
if you get annoyed that, like, a student's, like, correcting you, but, like, if you're a teacher, you should know how to, like, handle those things without just kicking someone out of the class.
Yeah.
Like, let's settle this maturely, because I'm an adult and I should know how to do this.
Yeah. No, I got kicked out.
I got kicked out of a classroom one time for farting.
Is that what you wanted to be growing up, the world's greatest farter?
Yeah. we were, you know, back in the day, when you were in, like, 1st or 2nd grade, you know, sometimes to spice things up, instead of sitting at your desk... Fart. Guys, you ready for a change of pace? You know, I was,
Oh, God.
So sometimes we'd sit on the floor, so we were, like, sitting in a circle, and, I don't know why we did this sometimes. I think it's because we would sit close, so they'd be like, oh, you can share a book. So, like, you'd be, like, 2 people looking at one book. And this other kid I was sitting next to, he was like pointing to some person like in the book, and he's like, "Hey, that looks like a girl in our class," or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
And so I leaned over and I was like, and it was so quiet in the room, and that's all you heard. And the teacher was like, "You need to go sit in the hallway." And I was already embarrassed, and then she made me leave.
So that's
as if it was like I intentionally just farted.
Yeah. Yeah. No, so the weirdest thing I've ever seen, or the most embarrassing thing I have seen, because it never happened to me, a kid would fart all the time, and he was just his thing, and he always wore hunting gear, and he was in second grade.
He was just a farter.
He looked stinky already, and then he just farted all the time, and the teacher got so fed up with it that she made him, every time he would fart, he would have to walk up and down the aisle spraying Febreze. And he was just, I don't think he cared. At one point, I think he was just mad.
Yeah.
It was like, this sucks. I'm like, well, stop farting.
Yeah. Figure out a way to do it discreetly at least.
Yeah. There was one time where, I think it was 5th grade, where it was almost time class ended, the bell rang, and I shot up. And right as I shot up, I farted really loud. And everyone's like, "Did you just fart?" I'm like, "No, my arm rubbed against the thing. It made a farting sound." No, I farted. That's probably why I got up so fast, to be honest.
Oh, man.
So, yeah, that's, so, what's other dreams besides being the world's greatest farter?
Well, I achieved that in 2nd grade, so I've just been kind of coasting ever since.
Peaked in.
Oh, I mean, I guess, the second biggest thing was, being involved in music, like, somehow.
Yeah.
Especially when I was younger. Like I said, Bill and Ted.
Yeah. Bill and
but,
Ted.
Bill and Ted. Oh goodness. Yeah, that's what got me like being like, oh, music's like cool and stuff.
That's because you were playing the magical fruit
the magical toot
for so long. Developed.
I just got an ear for things, and I was like, that's gonna be big someday.
Bad.
Anyway, so I really got to a point where I was like, I want to like play guitar like with other people doing other instruments, like in a band type thing. And like probably like 6th grade, give or take.
Yeah.
Just found like Metallica and stuff like that, and I was like, that's my Metallica riff of the day. But yeah, so that was the other thing, and I mean, I'd say that's one that like I did accomplish. I was in a band, and like we've recorded a CD, and Samson, get out! Threatening him with a knife. Buzz off! Hey, buddy.
Shout out to Samson.
Shout out to Samson.
Guest starring Samson.
I don't know if he got picked up by any of those cameras.
I have no idea. They probably just like, what is he doing? Yeah. Good musician. He became musician.
Yeah. So I did that, and
yeah. I mean,
still kind of doing it, just from a different angle.
You don't have to be in a band to be a musician. So.
Yeah. Which was something I was realizing, even like when I was still in Excellence of Execution, because Trey always had such big dreams for all the things, and I was like,
for all things considered,
if that happens, that's cool.
Yeah.
Getting big famous and all that stuff, but it really wasn't my thing. I was like, I like being known by like 15 people.
Yeah.
That's a fan base I can appreciate.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I guess I had like a silly dream where I always wanted to be the lead singer of a band called the Eagles, but not the actual band, the Eagles.
The Eagles of Death Metal?
No, not death metal. I was like a kid.
That's a band name, is the Eagles of Death Metal.
Oh, no. Oh, wow. I just I wanted to be in a rock band that was called the Eagles. Little did I know. Or I might have known. I don't know.
You really should have just started one And so that way there'd always be like, when you'd be searching for the Eagles, it'd be like, did you mean the Eagles or the Eagles?
You should look at my band. They're called the Eagles. This is Hotel California. I just liked the name Eagle. Eagles.
Seagulls.
Yeah, I should have. But there's also another band
Seagulls?
called Seagulls.
Oh, I'm sure.
Yeah.
There's no original band names anymore.
Nope. Pterodactyl. Birdact. Yes. A Night in Paris.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That was a good name.
That was. So that's kind of one of my silly dreams. My last dream that I really wanted to do was be a marine biologist.
In the Marines.
I wanted to shoot fish for biology.
Join the Marines today. Shoot as many fish as you want.
Yeah, I developed such a love for marine animals, specifically manatees. They're I love the fact that they're mistaken for mermaids. And they're big honking chonks.
Yeah, they are not attractive.
Yeah, I love them so much. They're just
a couple of big blobs.
They just chill, man. They're like, oh, whatever. Yeah, they're like, I got hit by a boat, whatever. Now, and I love sharks, which actually is really that passion, like manta rays and stuff, stingrays. I love just the ocean, and it's kind of terrifying too, like because I have a kind of a weird fear of silhouettes, like a phobia. I don't know if that's a silhouettophobia.
I haven't heard of that. So just like shadows.
Yeah, shadows, especially at night. But like in the ocean, something far away, it is a silhouette.
Yeah,
and that's kind of terrifying. But I like still being in the ocean and stuff, and kind of what's led me nowadays. Where I'm trying to be a big advocate for the ocean. I just can't say I'm physically big. I don't know if I'm actually financially big.
I'm a large advocate.
I'm a large ass advocate. I did the adopt a shark or whatever, and you get like a stuffed animal, and I got that shark sitting in my car. He sits in the windshield. I
need to go see him. I need to appreciate him.
His name's Dr. Shark. I don't know if that's the actual shark's name. I don't have that paperwork anymore, because that was like 2 or 3 years ago. But yeah, the shark in my car is called Dr. Shark.
Hank. Dr. Hank Shark.
It's just Dr. Shark. He's busy being a doctor.
Hey, I got fins, but I'm a doctor.
Scalpel. I dropped it.
Hey, Mom, you're being too loud. I got fins for hands.
Mom, I'm trying to perform surgery down here. Turn Grandma.
I can't hold a knife for shit.
I wonder if people are like, I can't do this.
I hope my neighbors are like, what the hell do they do over there every 2 weeks?
Hey guys, turn your dang mouths off.
My mom's trying to sleep over here.
So yeah, so I also now don't eat any seafood.
Yeah.
Because 50% of pollution in the ocean is from fishing.
That's sad.
Yeah, and when they catch the big fish in the nets and stuff, like seals, dolphins, sharks, amolas, manta rays.
It's all terrible.
Yeah, they cut them apart.
If we could just do like regular fishing and just catch the fish, that we like need to eat.
Yeah, like sport fishing would be
practical.
Not sport fishing, because then you don't eat the fish, poor guys. But like that's what a waste. Anyway, like if you want to fish, go out and catch the fish.
There's not really a sustainable way for your average person to eat meat like responsibly.
Yeah,
because like your sources of meat usually come from like things outside of your control.
Yeah,
we're not out hunting, cows.
Yeah, the best thing I would say for any meat connoisseur is just eat less. You don't need it as much as people think, and like you have good meat substitutes now, like quinoa. And I'll just won't eat meat for a week, so my protein's quinoa. And yeah,
meat purge.
I purge the meat from my body.
Meet me at the meat purge.
So yeah, that got off topic, but
dreams.
I'm just dreaming about not eating meat.
I'm dreaming about eating meat, but responsibly.
Yeah, eat less meat responsibly. Hey kids, you ever thought about eating meat?
You ever seen a grown meat naked?
Don't eat it as much.
Okay.
Yeah. So okay.
I guess my other like more serious one was like I guess like film preservation.
Yeah.
Stuff like that.
Talk about it.
Yeah. So like as I was saying, I watched a lot of movies when I was a kid, and it and music had probably the biggest influences on me and stuff, and I've always had an appreciation. Okay. For like old movies and stuff like that, and so just by liking that, I kind of learned more about like, oh, this is like how they like filmed movies, and oh wow, it was stored. It's fine. It was stored on this really delicate, like nitrate and all this stuff, and we've lost 90% of the movies made before 1950 or something like that.
Yeah.
Sorry. Or something like that. We've lost a lot. Like 90% of all silent movies ever made have been lost like forever.
Oh jeez.
Yeah. And then I think 50% of movies made before 1950 have been lost forever.
They did not do a good job of preserving that.
No. Well, I mean, back then, a movie would come out in a theater, they'd show it for a week, and unless it was like something that was going to be like redistributed at some point, it just sat on the shelf, so it either would dissolve with time, catch on fire, or they would intentionally just burn it.
Okay.
They're like, man, this movie was dumb, and just throw it away, and then it's gone forever.
I mean, if anything, we weeded out a bunch of bad movies that now you don't have to preserve. Maybe.
We'll see. But yeah, but no, that got me really interested in just like film history and stuff like that. And it's still something like if we ever like moved to a city where there was like, film preservation or history or anything, I love that concept, and I'd love to be involved with that somehow. But it's not the most practical of things. So
but I mean, there's probably a niche and there's probably a job for it, and if
I've just even like these, I was like, oh, like I'll take good care of them, and then just no. I was like, oh, I have all these like old film projectors. I'll get one of them to work. None of them work.
I remember when you bought them all. I was there for a lot of them. Like, why?
Yeah.
Like you don't have.
It was only $100.
You would always like, well, I found it at Goodwill for $100. So what a steal! And I'm like, it doesn't work.
It goes for $125 online. So
I'm practically losing money. It's like stealing a film projector from a kid.
Yeah. I do have a 16 millimeter one around somewhere that does function a little bit. I think we just need to figure out something with the bulb, because we could see a little bit of images. We just couldn't get them to like get bigger. But like back here, this little box, I got it from one of the antique places, and it's just like developed Kodak film from like 1939 of like home movies. Cool. And I think some of it's in color.
I hope it's all porn.
It could be. I don't. Yeah, there were some dogs.
I hope it's not porn then, because that would be bad. That'd be bad porn.
One film could be porn, the other one could be dogs.
Okay, that's a perfect combo, really. Yeah, so then a couple of my others, so I had like some weird, they weren't necessarily dreams, but they were like things that I did that I thought was really cool. And one of them, so now I'm into comic books pretty hardcore, but I really didn't get into comic books until high school. Maybe a little bit before high school, but I used to draw my own comic books. I had this comic book called that's Big Fuzz.
I didn't expect it to fuzz so much.
Anyway, it's called Glue Stick Secret Service.
Ooh.
Yeah, and they were just glue sticks, and it was me and another guy. We would come out weekly with comic books. He started it, but then I started doing it too, and then we both were just like, okay, today is this comic book from him, tomorrow is this comic book from him. We would do that instead of pay attention in class. Yeah, they were pretty fun. People, lined up for them. We'd just pass them around and read them.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
that's cool.
You would only do one, so you only had all the original. So it was only ever one original copy. And
they just pass it around.
Yeah, we would just draw them and do all the scenery and all that stuff.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, we at one point in like, I think like 3rd or 4th grade, we had to do some sort of like project where we had to demonstrate something. And so I was like, I'll show people how to make a comic book, because all you gotta do is just get some paper and you staple it together and you fold it and you draw. And so the point of the assignment was to like show the process, but I picked an episode of SpongeBob and drew it out as a comic. I did the one with Doodle Bob. So I just like went up in front of the class and was like, "This is SpongeBob. A pencil fell from the sky. Uh-oh, it drew itself an evil version of him." And just did the synopsis, and she's like, "And you have any more on how you actually made the comic book?" I was like, "I stapled it in the middle and I folded it. And then I drew the pictures. I don't know what else you need to know." Yeah. It's amazing that I passed classes, because I wasn't very smart.
Maybe that's why you passed.
Yeah.
I was like, no, I can't do that again.
Mm-hmm. I mean, it's like I was smart, but I just did not make good decisions. I've always marched to the beat of my own drum, and most of the time it's like way the fuck over there.
Your drum was playing "We Will Rock You," and you're
yeah. I'm just over in the corner somewhere, just going boom, boom, chick. Just living my best life. I did have a period of time where I wanted to like kind of either be like a skateboarder or just like film stupid stuff, you know.
Yeah.
Like Jackass and Viva La Bam were big, and I was like, man, I'd love to just like get paid to like
hurt myself,
just hang out with my friends, you know, and be dumb. But
yeah,
as we've seen, that doesn't turn out very well for those involved. Yeah, so I'm glad that one didn't
pan out.
Yeah. So we were gonna try to release some sort of like video, like Jackass style thing. I think it was like going into my freshman year. Like Philip Zimmerman and Zach Johnson had like filmed some stuff, and then I think we filmed a couple things, and so I was like, oh, I can like edit it. I know like Windows Movie Maker or something like that.
Yeah.
And this was back in the day where there weren't like SD cards that you stored like the film on. It was stored on the tape, and I had to like plug it in like through like an AV into the computer and just let it play and record it in real time.
Oh yeah.
And our computer at that point was horrifically like about to die. Like there were so many viruses, and it was just not doing too well. And so I lost pretty much all their footage because I took it off the tape and it was on the computer, and somehow I couldn't get it back on the tape or something like that. So there's like 5 minutes of it that exists on YouTube. And that's it. I always felt so bad because I'd be like, no, I'll get it finished, I promise.
Yeah.
And my computer just could not handle.
20 years later, now they know.
Yeah.
20.
Sorry, guys.
Not even 20.
Is it 15?
Yeah. Oh, Jesus. Yeah, I'm going to be 28 on the March 19th, which will be way after this episode releases. Way before this episode releases.
It'll be sometime.
It'll be next week for right now in this moment. One day before the Persian New Year. Whoa. Wow. Wow. Whoa, 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 whoa,
what?
Say what?
You're telling me what right now?
Hey, Ma, what are you telling me?
Hey, Ma, what do you know about the Persian New Year?
Hey, can you turn that Persian New Year down? I'm trying to get some Z's.
I'm trying to snooze.
Yeah. Jesus. Yeah, so that's fun. Cool. Oh, I would make Yu-Gi-Oh cards.
Nice.
That's it. That's it.
No, please continue.
No, that's it. So I would draw the Yu-Gi-Oh card, and then I would glue it onto the front of like a really bad Yu-Gi-Oh card. And I did all the owls from Guardians of Ga'Hoole.
I don't know what that is.
It's a book about owls.
Oh, nice.
And they did things.
Guard. I'm guarding here.
Hey, Ma, turn your guardian. God damn. Can we do a Jackass style movie, but it's just going to random people like, "Hey, Ma!"
When I was a kid, I would collect Yu-Gi-Oh cards and put them on my desk, and I was just gonna redo the whole bit from like 3 episodes ago.
And then I just kept trying to get Blue Eyes White Dragon, even though it was one of the most.
I just really wanted Pikachu. None of this is gonna make it.
No, you don't know that. This could be a very short episode.
Yeah.
You have art.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, Ma, can you bring my art out?
Could you bring my art supplies? I'm trying to make some art down
Yo,
here.
Mama!
I'm busy fighting in the classroom.
Leo De Neo!
Oh yeah. So I mean, I did a little bit of like drawing and stuff when I was younger. Some of it was out of necessity because I would. It all started with my mom because I'd be like, I want Bill and Ted action figures. Those don't exist, and so
why don't you draw them?
Yeah, she would just draw them on cardboard for me. So eventually, I started doing my own ones. And stuff like that.
It's kind of inventive, but I always was like, these are cardboard.
Yeah. But the first time I ever thought, I was like, okay, I can kind of do this. It was like junior high, and I was super into Metallica, so I started with the cover of one of their VHSs called Cliff 'Em All. It was made after Cliff Burton had died, so it's already a drawing of all 4 of their faces together. And I was like, oh, but I want to put Jason Newsted and Robert Trujillo, have all of the members in there. So I found other pictures of Jason Newsted and drew him in with the same thing, and then drew Robert Trujillo in. Oh yeah. And it was all the similar style.
That's cool.
And it's not like I traced it or anything. I just looked over and then I drew.
Yeah.
But I was like, wow, I can actually kind of do that. And I was super proud of it. I put it on my locker at school, and someone tore it down.
What a douchebag. Probably
some of those kids were mean.
It's probably some jabroni who had a tiny penis.
Yeah.
It was like, I can't f*** this.
I ripped this down.
My penis can't touch this picture.
My penis.
My diabetes.
But yeah. So I did a little bit of that in cool. Junior high. But
cool.
Yeah, I didn't really do a whole lot with it. I've done art here and there. It picked up when I met Jenna.
Oh yeah.
I started going to
Beanie Genie.
She had a studio at WSU, so I would just go hang out with her while she paint, and I'd try things. And some of the first ones were not good.
Yeah. I did.
But over time,
I did a art and beer thing. So you'd get a bunch of beers, and then you'd drink the beer while you were doing the art. And the lady you had to recreate the picture or whatever. And it was a flower bulb, and I just made mine the stems too thin and too wavy, and it had this little bulb, and I was like, God damn it, I drew sperm. But I still I don't know if I have it. I found that kind of relaxing, so for a while there I would, to relax at that moment, I would paint. I had some sceneries, which I think my ex-wife still has all those. So
the scenery.
You all know what that is, right? Anyway, so painting's fun. I don't know if it was ever a thing for me, but it was fun.
Yeah.
That's cool.
It's a good thing.
I'm glad you did that.
I'm
so glad. Wow.
Do I have any other dreams? I don't think I do.
I just wanted to make noise for movies. Just
I'll call this this is one of the few times in my life where I can say I'm thoroughly living the dream. This is fun.
Oh yeah,
I like being involved doing a thing. We got a process. It's not just from time to time. We do a thing. It's no, we got a thing.
Yeah, we got a thing. We're scheduled. We actually planned it out. We put time to it.
Yeah,
it's going pretty well. Yeah, we're doing good. So, and then right now, I thought of the wine and cheese thing. So instead of just doing the shots and stuff, trying to do some more things, incorporating. Maybe if we have some people, I don't know if people make cheese. I'll be honest, I don't know people that make cheese.
Do you make cheese?
If you make cheese,
if you do, contact us.
If you cut the cheese, you can contact us and then fart in the phone, just and then hang up. Okay.
I sometimes like I love the idea of coming up and just having a quip, but most of the time I don't. So I'm just okay.
You like get up there and you're like heat of the moment, like, oh no, retract.
This is not going to be good.
Retract. Okay. Yeah, this is a dream, but this is one that we're doing. And I mean, like, my job was not like the one job that I'm at right now. My career, anyway, is not one that was ever a dream, but it has become one, and something that I truly love. Wouldn't be doing the traveling if I didn't love that job.
Yeah, for sure.
So that's this whole traveling thing is actually a big opportunity for me anyway. So yeah, that's kind of.
Yeah, I'm excited for you.
Thank you. Yeah.
I'll miss you.
Did you dream of being a barista? Or did that just grow into something? Or is that just still just been a... Because I know you took it seriously. You take it seriously and you're the coffee expert.
So...
You're a coffee...
let's do a little deep dive on this. I haven't really examined it that much.
Let's open this book and examine it.
Hey,
Ma, can you bring the barista book?
Mom, can you bring me my gloves?
I need to deep dive.
I gotta go in head first, and I need my head first gloves. Mom! Mom! No, so I when I went to school at WSU, originally I was going to go for education. I wanted to be a history teacher and all that.
I remember that.
So
then you found out you hate kids?
Yes. Kind of, yeah. I was like, this is not for me.
Yeah, you had probably a bad age group for you.
Yeah, because I mean, I wanted to do high school. I was like, I know high school can be rough, but like for the most part, like you can start like actually teaching stuff that kind of breaks through to them. But yeah, so I'd worked at a middle school for a whole year, didn't like it. And so
shout out to that middle school. What
I was working was kind of like I was like a para, but I wasn't type of thing. I was employed through the school through WSU. So then I had to find a summer job. Mm-hmm. So eventually I went to Starbucks and I hated it.
Oh yeah,
it was awful.
Uh-huh.
The first few months, I absolutely hated it. But over time, really what helped me stay there was like making friends with like Robbie and Andrea and Isaac and those people. And I was like, oh, okay, it's fun, to be there with friends. Yeah. But overall, I like the company. The company's like, they do really good things, and I just like what I've gotten from it has been more like not necessarily that I had bad work ethic before, but I've gotten better at having a good work ethic. I've learned a lot about like trying to like be positive and not have like a negative attitude and like approach things with an open mind and all this stuff, because I used to be so close-minded at work, and I would just be like, these new ideas and all these things, and I would just get so worked up, and I realized I was like, oh, I'm the toxic one at work. Like, I'm the one coming in and being like, fucking this lady wants caramel. Stupid. And nowadays when people say that, about someone else, I'm like, so like, who cares?
I think you just kind of grow into that a little bit, because when you're 18 to 20, you don't really like, or even 18 to like 21, you don't really think about anybody else but yourself.
Yeah. And
so you really only ever think about the things that bug you or make your life inconvenient. As you get older, you're just kind of like, oh no, it's me. I mean, like, I remember I kind of started figuring out my way when I realized that if 5 people call you an asshole, it's probably because you're an asshole.
Yeah.
And so that's always been one of my big things in life, is like, okay, no, enough people are saying I'm doing something wrong. I need, which really only gets like 1 or 2 people nowadays.
Yeah.
For me, and I'm like, yeah, no, I'm being an asshole.
Yeah.
So, dreams of being a better person.
Mm-hmm.
That's what we're talking about right now. Growth. I dream of growth. Girth.
Girth.
Dream of having big girths.
Big girthy dreams I have.
Yeah.
Gargantuan girthiness.
Just one single big girth. That's the sound. That's the sound of girth, everybody. Bet you didn't know. I didn't know until now.
I suppose we can wrap this one up.
Yeah. Okay. We had fun.
Unless you had more dreams.
I thought this one would be like, oh yeah, I had all these things, and I could talk about it, and maybe I could, but I just didn't dream about this one enough. Like, I didn't have aspirations.
Yeah, thanks for being here while we talk about our dreams.
And fuck you, James Charles.
Jim Charles.
Cut.
We're two beans.
Two beans.